Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment is brought to you by A.G. Hines Company. If you are a do-it-yourselfer, start your next home improvement project with a trip to A.G. Hines Company. They've been serving East Tennessee for more than 100 years, more than a century. They have the tools and the building materials you need for whatever project you're into. I turn to them for this set, folks. A.G. Hines Company. And sitting beside me right now is someone the Vols turn to for noise. That would be Sterling Hinton, VFL. I mentioned you're number 2. We got a number 3 VFL coming out here later. All 3 of you guys were kind of teammates.
Yeah.
All with championship. You didn't wear your championship rings today, but you all got them. Sterling Hinton, thanks for being here.
Glad to be here, John.
Congratulations.
P. Hey, man. It was an awesome win yesterday.
Nobody lives and dies with it like Sterling. Chuck Cavaleris, you're close to living and dying with it like Sterling. Chuck Cavaleris, longtime sports writer, longtime member of our panel. Thanks for being here.
Hey, great to be here.
All right, let's start this segment by talking about, and we got a graphic here, this guy, Hendon Hooker. I mean, look, there have been, in 125 years or whatever it is of Tennessee football, there have 130, there have been a lot of great individual performances. Put that one on the list. Chalk that one up. That now goes in the pantheon. Passing 349 yards, 12.4 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Rushing 112 yards, 8.6 yards per carry. That includes 3 sacks. 461 yards of total offense, 3 touchdowns. For his career, 4,100 passing yards, nearly 800 rushing yards. This is the thing that stands out, though. 39 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That is insane. Plus 8 rushing touchdowns. Overall, he's almost at 5,000 yards of total offense and nearly 50 touchdowns in just 17 games. Wow. Sterling Hinton, former Vol quarterback, talk about Hendon Hooker and his performance yesterday.
Yesterday was just awesome, John P. Awesome performance. I mean, you guys witnessed splendid quarterbacking from the point of pinpoint passing to great decision making, and one was a decision that he made when he took a sack. When the defense actually did their homework and fooled him, he pumped that ball and took the sack, didn't throw the pick. Things like that really escalate people at the next level, looking at him be able to play at the next level. He had an awesome day. The great catch by Keaton was awesome also. That was the ball placement. He put the ball right where his guy can make the play, not the defender. And the runs he made, that one run we took for granted, that little scoop 5-yard touchdown, he broke the guy's ankles. He was on the ground reaching for him when he got to the end zone. I mean, that was a stick, almost Mike Vick X.
He also had the long getaway where he's got the ball back. It is, I froze it. It was inches from a strip. It was inches from somebody's hand slapping it out of there. He ducks down, lineman kind of pushes him, and he's gone out the back door for 40 yards.
I thought it was a sack.
Tremendous game.
I thought, okay, he's going to get sacked.
Chuck, just as close to a perfect game as you'll find.
Yeah, it was. And you watch him play, and it's like, what is he going to be able to do next? I mean, he can escape. I mean, he can roll out. He can make the plays. The pass to Keaton, even on that, the catch, it was a fingertip catch, and you're diving. How many times do you see the receiver hit the ground, the ball pops out? So you got guys making plays for you. And with him going, when that offense gets cranked up, I mean, it's like Rick Neuheisel said before the game. He's a Heisman Trophy type player, and he's playing as well as anybody in the country.
Okay, he's got an October of opportunity coming up. You got Alabama, you got LSU, you got Kentucky. Those 2 good defenses, probably a third with LSU when you go down there. You got Georgia coming up. Does he have a legitimate shot at the Heisman? And by that I mean, could we see him in New York?
Well, he has a legitimate shot at finishing second.
Number 2, yeah.
That's what Tennessee quarterbacks do. Yeah. Look, that was the greatest performance by a Tennessee quarterback ever against Florida. Find one better. It was unbelievable what he did in that game, and he kept padding the lead, and then Florida kept coming back, but I thought he was splendid. If he continues to play like that, if Tennessee continues to win, too, then he's got a chance to be in New York.
Somewhere, if you listen, you can hear Bobby Scott saying, "I beat Doug Dickey."
I think here is the key. You've got to beat Alabama and I'll go with
win one
Georgia.
of them.
I mean, if you do that, they're going to come in here probably, or you're going to go down there, they're going to be number 1, number 4, they're going to be in the top 5. If you can win one of those games, that's what gets you national prominence. That's what gets you on everybody's list of being a Heisman contender.
And speaking of that list, guys, right now, I checked just a little while ago, going into Saturday, he was like 12th on a lot of the lists. Well, on the gambling sites, on the gambling sites now. Now, a game like that, winning a top 20 game on national TV on CBS, that's going to boost him, right? It should move him up some. So we'll see what happens. Can he win it? Probably not. But can he be in like the 3, 4, or 5 to get to
shot.
New York?
Yeah.
He's got a shot at that.
And that's the reason I think he needs it. And I think it's unfair. What if he goes out, but Tennessee loses to both Alabama and Georgia, and he puts up numbers like that?
Right.
So it's not fair but I think in this day and age, the way the Heisman works, you have to have that signature win.
It's usually the best player on the best team wins
Correct.
an awful lot. So he will have to play very good against Bryce Young or very good against Georgia because those are going to be two of the best teams. I just get back to his decision making. To have thrown as many passes as he's thrown in 17 games now and only have 3 interceptions, I don't think people understand. That's not a stat. So you look at that one. You're looking at touchdowns. You're looking at yards. You're looking at the runs. Coaches look at how many times he turned the ball over. Only 3 times.
Yeah.
As you said, scouts look at that.
They're looking at that big time.
That's how you win games.
Yeah, I think
if he throws one interception yesterday, you probably lose that game.
Lose the game. And I think he's had 16 straight games with at least 1 touchdown pass, and he's also got a streak going where he's had at least 2.
Yeah, he's got the long streak with no interceptions that's up in the nation.
He's doing all these things. And the last thing I'd say was I wish and hope Tennessee could show the type of person he is like came across before the game. You know, how he had the heart problems and almost had not to be able to play football, listens to gospel music before a game, reads Bible verses. I think that helps to put out what type of person he is in addition to the play.
You go back 20 months to when he got here, and I thought it was so white.
Yeah, he wasn't this
A
good,
guy
but he
from
wasn't
Virginia
this good.
Tech's coming down here, and I'm not wrong about very much, if anything. That one, I was wrong.
I thought about Jabari Small after the 44-yard run by Hendon Hooker. Jabari Small told him on the field, he said, "You're special. I'm in awe. It's an honor to play with you." Now, how many teammates say that about another teammate?
That level of
pretty
leadership speaks to something
Absolutely.
also that he brings to the team.
And see that leadership, but I was going to speak to the resiliency that he has within himself and the rest of his teammates. Speak about Princeton Fant. Here's a senior, multi-year senior who had a fumble and no one wants to win that game more than him. And he kept going to him and got
Also had a false start on that first. He had a
Yeah.
bad first drive.
Hey, but he stayed with his guy, and he had faith in his guy, and his guy came through for him. He gave his guy a chance to come through for him. That's special. That's special.
We're already over. But we know that Hendon Hooker listens to gospel music now, so that was worth it. All right. When we come back, let's focus on Tennessee's offense. Is it good enough to hang with or beat Alabama and Georgia? That's next. Coming back.
Miss an episode? Catch up at sportsource.tv or our YouTube channel.